Hello and welcome back to the next episode. Now we have come out of the wars here in the west, and now we have some truces to raid out. We could go after Savra and Milan here and go into the HIE, but I think I'm going to spend some time doing other things now in this episode. The first problem I want to solve here is a religious problem. So as we saw last time already, we do have quite some problems with minorities here. So what we're going to do here now is I red pinned more or less the core provinces of the Eastern Empire here, except for the bits here which are definitely not converted yet. And I'm going to assign 2 missionaries here, 2 of our precious missionaries, on missionary duty to convert minorities here. So we want to convert 90% in the selected provinces, and we're going to send 2 of our 5 here. So now we have to see what will actually happen out of this. But ideally we can drop the autonomies further down here. And we're going to see how many actually will get applied here. First of all, apparently they go into some provinces here. And yeah, so that's what we are going to raid out now. I don't know how long it will take, but probably a long time. And now we have to see what we can do with the money that we are generating now. So we already fixed some harbораges and amenities in our territory here. But I think we still want to improve our autonomy here further. So I would say we should investigate some cities like this one here. Yeah, so we want a harborage 3 here. We also want here, which means Antiochia also needs a harborage 3. And then we need something into Greece proper. And the best city is Athens itself. Also harborage 3, and then here as well. And let's see if we can pay for this already. So harborage 3. Yeah, that's 3,000 already. So these ones are done. Now let's check also the Black Sea ports, which is this one here, which is a decent city. And then probably we need to upgrade this one here. And probably we should also... Do we have a city here? We do have one. Then either... Yeah, this one here. So these 3 should also get an upgrade. Let's see if we can afford this as well. No. We have to wait for this. And then we should afterwards build up this port here. We should also consider building a port here in the west. Or maybe we should also upgrade this one. Yeah, this one also needs an upgrade, but that's not too... Well, let's just... Now we can make this separately afterwards. And these will help us getting the communication efficiency in there. When we have solved the Black Sea ports here, then we look at pathing. We need to get the old Roman roads active again. I mean, they're already active, but we need to upgrade them further. So that's the thing we need to fix here. So we do need 2,700, which means we have to wait a few months until we have this cash and can put it to good use there. I think here we are going to just wait it out now. And the military leader has left again, so we are going to recruit a new one here. There we go. I think actually it's a good moment to train our troops a bit. Just to get a bit more army tradition and army, however it's called. And then we use our... I stopped automation on 1 of them. So 2 are automated, 1 will be manually. Because I need to fix manually some provinces that are going to be critical. Like this one, which is stretching this TC tile here. We need to convert this as fast as possible. And also I want to get these ones fixed here. So that's something. And also I want to get these ones fixed over there. We are not going to accept this. We can spread that on our own here. Actually, I think the... Yeah, Colombian exports is already starting to naturally spread here. 2 per month, that's good. So 50 months and we have it. That's really nice. Yeah, so we are annexing Granada now. And that's pretty much it. Alright, now we will annex Mallorca next when they have caught their stuff. And we of course will extend our grain dole as usual. Because we need to fight these rebellions that we are currently still struggling with. So these two are getting annexed, then we split the rest of Castile between Lyon and Navarre. We split the rest of France, or the Anglo-French Union in France, between Brittany, probably Burgundy. And then we need to find a solution for Savoie here. Ooh, they still have cores on our stuff here. But they are in a coalition against us. We are just going to ignore this for a moment. And just hope that they don't declare on us. We could see if we can make more military. No, we can't. Oh, we can do like 5 more units. That should be affordable, or 3 or 4. That should be more than affordable. Yeah, we are going to expand State Reach further to go into 1 or 2 more bureaucratic reforms here. To get our corruption even further down. So we already are down to 46%, which is really great. But we can still get rid of a lot more of that. No, we are not going to accept this. I also want the direct taxation reform to be done relatively soonish. Russia has left. We are down to 30% Romanoi now. So we have really a lot of non-accepted cultures in our realm, which are making things complicated. But it will get better over time. So yeah, I'm going to continue fixing these Black Sea ports now. And... oh, we want to integrate Valencia next. Yeah, there was something. Not... that one is next here. But it still takes a year. We can embrace scientific methods already, but we are not going to do this right now. We're not in a hurry here, so we can wait a bit. Yeah, I'm going to skip forward a bit to continue building up and getting some money going here, which we are going to invest here in the harbораges. And I also built the other cities up. So, see you in a sec. Okay, here we are in 61. Now we're going to go after Castile in a second. And in between, I have been building up the port here. So we can see that there are constructions ongoing everywhere here. So they are making harbораges, amenities, and so on. So everything is getting nicely done here for us to improve our realm here. I'm going to... now we are going to save up next for capital level 3 here. Because capital level 2 has just finished. And now we only have the harborage under construction, so we can do this next. And also Granada is almost done with the integration here. But we're also going to save up some diplomatic points here. The reason for this is that we need some to do the reforms here. So for example, we want to do the merit thing here. Expanding merit. For which we need 200. And I think there is the other one somewhere down here. This one, which also requires 200. So we need 400 dip just for the bureaucracy reforms. And after that, I know we have one at 70%. So this one would be also worth aiming for. Yeah, then we wait for the 70% reform. I don't think we need to... we don't need to continue right... oh, wait, maybe we should... we want to do it now? I think we want to. Yeah. Let's expand it further, because then we can do the reform relatively soonish. Of course, that's going to give us a lot of corruption again, but we don't care. So, when is the truce expiring here? In October. I think in September we lose the influential burgher. Yeah, so we can do the reforms in September. And then we attack, finish that up. Meanwhile, we save up some cash again. We have another smallpox epidemic. Yeah, also all my missionaries are now converting the minorities here in our center. Sadly, it didn't work as I wanted it to work. What? Catholics? Where? Ah, over there. Yeah, we don't care. They can handle that on their own. Yeah, sadly it didn't really work with the split between the missionaries that I hoped would work, but it's fine. So we are going to see significantly improved minorities and autonomy modifiers here in our center. For example, is this one already getting reconverted? Yeah, it's 74% Orthodox by now. This should push down the autonomy. Yep, it already does. So that's good. Okay, we are in September. So we are going to give the bureaucrats a hint here. Do we have enough even? No, we don't have enough. So we have to give them a little bit of a push. There we go. And now we can do incentives for merit here. That's already worth it. And I'm also throwing into the mix this one here for 200 admin. Yeah, we don't need to rush the idea group, right? Also, we don't need to rush the military idea tech. I mean, we are going to do a military idea group there afterwards. I think we can just wait out this reform here. So let's do it. Enact it. Here we go. Great success. Yeah. And now let's go into October and see what happens. Of course, that gave us a little bit of corruption again, which is unfortunate, but fine. So there we go. That should be it. All right. We do the usual here. And there's not going to be much left here when we are done. 14%, nice. And I do think that the other armies here will be disappearing in a second as well. So we just take everything that we want here. Of course, we need to take a fort, but that's no problem. There we go. Is that already enough? Oh yeah, that's okay. That was quick. Oh, that was dirty. So bye-bye, Castile. And now we, of course, fix everything again. So Navarra gets Rioja again. And this one. I think also this one. And let's give the others to Lyon. Because Navarra gets provinces in France. There we go. And that's mainland Castile. And what is missing for the mission? Don't tell me we have to get the island. We have to get the island, really? Ooh, that's annoying. In this case, we're going to make a spy network here. Or could we just... I don't want to vassalize them. On the other hand, we have nothing to... We have nobody to give them to. And they're still not the right religion here. Yeah, okay, let's try to vassalize them. Good. Anyway, so Castile is gone from the mainland. We no longer care about the rest. Now, France will be available in 65, so that's another 4 years to wait. And I think I don't want to jump the gun here on the coalition, because that's not worth it. So we can just send one on a spy network here already. Do we need to? Not sure. Yeah. So, what do I want to do now with the wealth that we are taxing from our population? And the big thing here is we still want to aim for autonomy, so that we reduce them. So you don't necessarily go for irrigation or anything. We could do this. Probably would also be worth it, but I rather want to increase my income, which is depending on autonomy. Which means that we have to see what we can do. We do have a relatively bad autonomy down here. Of course, we're improving the port here, which is very important. So what we could do... Ancient river, or path. Come on, ancient path. There we go. So we have this ancient path here. And we could just build this one up a bit from here to here, like... That would already help a bit. Or we build up this one further. Oh, both. We also have this one. We also need... I think we need all of them. So what we should do... Oh, we got a new merchant. I didn't even notice. So these ones are all covered. Yes, these are all covered. We could go into these ones here. We got some here. We got some here. We don't have one here yet. So let's send one into... Because we are going to get provinces here from Granada anyway. So what we could do here now... Yeah, maybe that's even... Let's do this before we do the capital even. So we have... There we go here. 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 Also this one. And then we take these ones here. And then we move into... This is just one province? Really? Okay, interesting. And then we move here. Like this. And maybe also we pick the center route here to be improved. Which means we also have to take this one. And then here. Up to the starting point here. Like this. And then we want to build pathing level 2 first. Yeah, it's only 3,800. So that's good. And then afterwards we check out what pathing 3 would cost. I think that's a good idea. This will help autonomy here massively. We probably do the same over here on the west and northward route. To help out in the Balkans as well. We also need to build up this one here. So we should invest into Belgrade. Because it's a really nice center province in the Balkans. Yeah, our income collapsed again. From the corruption gain we just took. Not fine. So we're going to speed forward again. And... yeah. We just wait for these missionaries to do their work. It already is a lot shorter, this list. It was longer than the screen first. So we are definitely making progress now. Well, here we are in February now. No, not February, but 1565 in February, our truce will expire here with the Franco-English Union here. Now the problem is that they are part, I think, of the Catholic Union here. No, yeah, Catholic side, right. And we can't attack them. So let's see. Probably can't attack them due to this. So let's see. That would be very unfortunate. But I think it's impossible. Unless we maybe... Can we trick it maybe? Yeah, no, they will call upon the League members. Yeah. We don't want to. So we could join the Catholic League here. Oh, we can't? That. Okay. Can't. So, but I saw that there is... Oh, do nothing was the wrong option here. Right. There was something here. Treaty of Religious Peace. Exactly so. Yes, they are disbanded. So they voted majority for religious peace. That's really good timing. So I guess we just get started here. Anglo-French Union has 40,000 troops somewhere, and Ireland has 17,000. I don't know where they are, but let's see. So we are just going to get started here. Let's see where we can spot an army from them. Let's help our friends here. Actually, let's hunt enemy fleets here in the North Atlantic. We put at least a leader on this. There we go. We do have 2 heavy ships we can use, so why not? Yeah, come on. We have constantly plagues now, which is insane. Let's go severe looting to get some cash. Make a spy network as well. And there is... Ooh, there is an army. Can they defeat it up in the north without me? That would be nice if they can. Apparently they can't. Great. So the first army that is free up down here will move northward to take out this one. Okay, let's... Got the feeling it will be this. Yes. So you move up here. We have to conquer these territories there anyway. We can do it in one swoop. Okay, and I think they don't really have that much on the continent anymore, which is good for us. So we can wipe them here. Nice, bye-bye. And you go here. So we just siege from the bottom up. And you... Get to... Ah, okay, they don't even walk. Where are they going? What is that? Okay, let's see where the French army is going. While we continue sieging here. What's that? Is that a vessel by now? Oh, they made it a vessel. So then let's siege it down. And where are they going? Confused. Oh, they go here. And they will disappear here. So let's go there as well. Bye-bye French army. Or English army here in this case. Good, good, good. Perfect. Let's already draft up the peace deal here. We want to take everything on the continent now. Everything. And I mean really everything. Oh, come on. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100% all of Gaul will be ours again. So these two as well. 63%. That sounds reasonable. And actually doable. So we need, however, to pass the Calais. Pas de Calais. Whatever. Also, there was something we can do. We can... Yeah, we can do... Ooh, we can do two things here. This one and this one. I want both. Let's take this one first here, because it reduces elite power from autonomy and provincial corruption. So that's good. So we have to give them loyalties back here. We can't do much here. Do we want to... Ugh, 1,700? No. I'm going to accept it as it is. And you help here. Oh, already done. So go here. So much plague stuff. Actually, you can help here. Great. Ooh, even more army here that we can... he only gets the really great stuff, I see. Okay, we have to help our friend down here. And we are already close. Close to our war goal. I think that's all they had on the continent there. That's good. Which means this war is already over. Pretty fast. Of course, that's going to get us so much aggressive expansion again. We really need more dip though. That's our biggest problem right now. The lack of dip points, else I would already started integrating the others as well. But we need to do reforms, we need to do the bureaucratic reforms, which are the biggest hurdle on dip currently. 200 is like half or 2/3 of one of the countries we want to annex, so that's really expensive. Okay, here we go. They are gone as well. They go all here. That's good. Get rid of them. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. That's the rebels. All gone. So, can we make peace? You don't want to? How about we blockade you? We blockade London. Then you surely want to. Oh, yeah. You really don't like this. So... we picked everything, right? Yes, we did. So that's all we care about. Get some money on top of it. And here we go. Perfect. We should have taken a province here in England, now that I think about it, but... yeah, whatever. We are going to get over there. One way or another. So, now we have to do the cleanup as usual again. And our money... yeah, we need to improve here. So we have to be a bit careful with the loyalty of the nobility here now. As this will also drive up corruption. But our missionaries are progressing, slowly but steadily. So I'm just going to skip forward again, because we now just stabilize our vessels here and prepare more reforms. Okay, the reform modifier here has expired, so we can finally get back up to positive stability, or a good stability, not just +1. And the next reform that I want to do is this one here, the tax service reform, to increase our base taxation values even further. However, we don't have the influence currently because we had a very bad event where the influence got negatively impacted from the bureaucrats. Some kind of corruption scandal or something. So that's a problem. On the other hand, we do have quite a lot of corruption currently from our from the reforms that we did. So we are down to 7 because of this recent scandal thing. So that's a problem, and aristocrats are relatively powerful now. But that's fine. So instead of doing a reform, we can now consider to when... Let's see. Special commissions, his own relatives here. They all expire in 72. That's going to be in the next episode, though. We are going to continue on these privileges here. I think I'm going to first do the autonomy here. Get rid of this. Or work on that. And later on we will go into the minimum obligations here. However, the alternative is if we can't make this reform here, that we... Now we still need bureaucratic influence here. Okay, forget it. I want to do the military reform here to go into fully bureaucracy military service. Now, I want to do this tech here now, which only requires Colombian import. So let's embrace this one now for 1,600. So we can take this one. Then we can also take this one here. And we're going to take another military idea group. And now the question is, which one? I think we take this one here. Volunteer and enlistment mana costs, so we can reduce the costs here and manpower recruitment costs even further. Some siege abilities in there. It's not really that we need it. This would also be nice because of the garrison cost, but other stuff is not really worth it. So we go into standing army here. Take it through. And we got something as a reward from this. We have standing army and culture or evangelical. We could get more army professionalism, but we don't need to. So that's the idea group here done. We could also tech up and dip now. But I don't think I want to. I want to invest my dip rather into annexing stuff. And doing reforms. So our corruption is of course quite high now. But it's going down by 2% per year. That's really good. So we still have a little bit of modifiers left here. Which we have to address over time now. So let's see, we do have... These are all 80% things. So the only thing we could do now is this one, which wouldn't influence the provincial one. It would only increase the bureaucratic influence, which is of course not bad. So if we go to 80% soonish, we would like this one. This one is very important. 0.1 is a lot. This one is really good. Ooh, minus 25 administration costs. That's really good. But they will all give us a lot of corruption though. This is going to be expensive to do the last reforms here with 80% state reach already. So that's something we have to plan for. Now we're also going to embrace scientific method here. There we go. So we just progressed to... What's the next institution now? Global trade. which we cannot unlock currently due to the fact that we do not have something on the Indian subcontinent or on the Southeast Asia. I'm not even sure that anyone else has. Probably we will see something without global trade here. The alternative would be that we conquer our way there, for which we would need to get to Sindh here. Yeah, this one, to Thatur. Might not be too easy to do. I don't really like snaking provinces down there. We cannot peacefully vassalize them, sadly. But maybe we come up with an idea how to get there to India somehow. Sent a letter to asking for military aid. We don't need that. We just get some military power from this, which we don't need to. So yeah, everything is pretty much solved now. Gaul is also almost reconquered now. We created quite a mess here. We are integrating Mallorca now. We are going down to only integrating one for the moment. And the next one would be to go after Savoie here. Do we need these? Oh, that's still useful, yeah. And Austria, and then we can go aim for the Danube-Rhine border to wrap up the empire again. So Gaul is almost done now. And then we need Britannia, and we need to the Danube and the Rhine, which is still a lot of provinces though. But possible. Pretty quickly though. Even if we get started on this, it will be relatively quickly. But I think I want to integrate at least like 2 or 3 vessels here, so that we have room to release stuff in the empire afterwards. We also still need to get rid of the empire itself, so we have to depose them. They have 1 elector left. Oh, great. So how much is still left? Oh, they're still all in there, but... So, Lutheran is the main faith, and most is Lutheran, so that's not the problem. Also, apparently the Palatinate doesn't like to make new electors here. Funny. Or nobody wants to accept it. The honor. So yeah. We need to let our corruption decay here. Until we can do more stuff. We just have to observe and watch our money go up, up, up. Now again, when the corruption decays over time. What we also need to consider now is that we need a proper harbor here in the west. So I wanted to do the project here with the pathings, but I think I'm going to delay this a bit. Or do we have still the red pins done? Let me see. We could also just take loans and get this project out of the way. It's a long-term investment anyway. Yeah, we still have the red pins done. So let's see. We would 4,000 are necessary for this. Let's take the loans here. Can we get one from the burghers? I think we can, right? Negotiate a discounted loan. Give it to me. And then we just take one more here. And that should be enough, right? Yes, done. There. Next is our... We need ports here. So we do have Lisbon itself here. Yeah, we're going to push them to Harborage 3. We also want Sevilla here to be pushed to Harborage 3. And then the question is there anything else here? Probably we have to wait for this one to get Barcelona off the ground. Yeah, That's going to be the next target then. How was this one? 2-2. That's good. So we would like to build amenities 3 and harborage 3. Okay, they have amenities 3, so we just need harborage 3 here. It's a good starting point. And probably we are going to either focus on Sevilla or on Lisbon and make a capital there as well. Probably on Sevilla here. Should be worth it. We also want one in Tunis eventually, and then probably one in Genoa and in Venice. How are they doing actually? They should be relatively rich still. Yep. 3-3. 3-4 even. Nice. That's good. And is anything else getting constructed somewhere without our knowledge? I mean, these are the road projects. These are the harborage projects. Everything proceeding, but our provinces appear not to be super rich here. What we want to do, now that we got the third military idea group, is to reform the hybrid organization here. Military organization. Hybrid military. Because if we do this one, the feudal levy will be disabled completely. That's a lot of cash they are investing currently. So from the spending they have, the 22,000 spending they have, military is 10% of it. So if we get rid of this, yep, they will have a lot more cash to spend on whatever they want, like consumption or infrastructure, which is something we like, I guess. So yeah, taxes are marginally for them right now. It's something we have to work on later. Feudal dues are 10,000 that they get from our provinces. That's insane. So much money. But yeah, we are going to get out of the nobility here relatively soonish as well. So we are going to do this reform, and then we are almost immediately going to do the other reform behind this. This also should get us... Yeah... It doesn't give us gravity. Doesn't remove gravity if we get rid of the military? Interesting. Yeah, but we are going to do these two reforms eventually. What? We can use the Upper Nile? Oh, this one up here. Okay, interesting. We are not going to, right? Nah, we shouldn't. Okay, and now before we wrap up the episode here, let's have a look at our culture map mode. We can now see that Anatolia is really getting done here. The Balkans are also really nice in progress. We also... Methoriakoi? Something like this. Romanoi here. Everything is spreading nicely now. Also, we have 2 provinces in Italy now. That's good. But it's slower than expected overall. Which is probably connected to the minorities here, which we are fixing currently. Yeah, it's getting short on the list here. Good, good, good. But most importantly is, of course, here the center. That this one flips to our primary cultures, or rather our accepted culture group. We are down to 13% by now. Great. I mean, we could accept something, but I don't think that's worth it here. We are just going to do our best here. I mean, we are only in 1570 now. So the game still has 300 years to play. Roughly. Before it's over. And we almost reformed the Roman Empire already. So that's good. We have so much stuff to do. If we want to. Okay. Grain dole as usual here. Even though we don't really have a rebel problem currently, I still want to make sure that it stays that way. Now this will be a lot of work to convert, but I made the decision now that I'm not going to try to fix everything at the same time. So instead we are going to make sure that the Greek bits here and the Balkans and southern Italy and Levant and Egypt are in our religion group and 90% converted, before we switch focus to Italy next, and then North Africa, and then the rest here. Because this has massive impact on the autonomy, of course, but also on the culture conversion, because we need low autonomies here as quickly as possible now. Else everything will take forever. Yeah, now we need to repay a lot of loans. Yeah, 3 of them. But our income will go up significantly again. Yeah, paying 30,000, 30 ducats overpay? Really? Our force limit went down this hard? Okay, so we're going to disband one of the armies temporarily here. Just to get more cash for the necessary repayments here. And I think that's all we can do here right now. Okay, before we end it, let's check Constantinople itself, where we are. So we took over 200 years ago, roughly, a bit more, and started reconquering our empire. And come on, be faster. What's taking so long now? And we are up to 300,000 inhabitants already. Nice. Also 100,000 peasants here almost. That's good. This one is also growing nicely. And these are all growing nicely now. Yeah, that's good. So didn't we build amenities 3 here? No, I think we only built 2. So there's a lot of stuff we can and have to do. Oh, these have 100% state reach now. But we can see here that the laws are still the main problem for corruption now. Which means that we really have to do the last reforms here, get to 80% and get these things done. But that's going to take time and points and everything, so that will take us at least another 100 years until everything is done. That's my assumption here. Of course, we could try to get to 80% and then do all the reforms in one go, if possible. But that's a lot of work, right? That would be like 200. 3, 6, 7. We would need to do at least 7 reforms in one go. That's a lot of corruption. Yeah, I don't think we should do this. That would crush our income massively. On the other hand, we maybe could do it if we want to. It's mostly a question of mana points. So, yeah. But here we're going to make a stop. Next time we are going to slowly take over the western parts here, and we are going to further stabilize the east and build it up economically. So leave a like and subscribe.